so much. Sean, you may have seen the news about the Office of the Inspector General announcing that it's launched an investigation into the payment that the former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn received prior to becoming the National Security Advisor from RT, Russia Today, which is an entity of the Russian government. What's your reaction to that, first of all?
I think that's appropriate. If they think that there's wrongdoing, that the department's Inspector General should look into that.
Are you satisfied with the vetting that was done of General Flynn by the transition team before he came on board as the National Security Advisor?
So that's a great question. I appreciate you bringing it up. Let's walk through that for a second. General Flynn was a career military officer who maintained a high-level security clearance throughout his career in the military. His clearance was last reissued by the Obama administration in 2016 with full knowledge of his activities that occurred in 2015, as you point out. So the issue is, he was issued a security clearance under the Obama administration in the spring of 2016. The trip and transactions that you're referring to occurred in December of 2015, from what I understand. So, obviously there's an issue that, as you point out, the Department of Defense Inspector General is looking into. We welcome that, but all of that clearance was made by during the Obama administration, and apparently with knowledge of the trip that he took. So that's how the process works, and I welcome the Department of Defense's IG's review. Jordan.
If he wasn't fired by the president for,
If Congress thought there were transgressions, they ought to investigate it. But then, in kind of what I thought was sort of stunning, he blamed the Obama administration, for which Flynn had worked before he was fired, for not doing a proper vet, because there's a 5-year period, I believe he was saying, that you don't need to reinvestigate somebody. And so he said, well, he basically passed the buck and said, well, it was their fault, not ours, which leads me to believe, stunningly, that the person who was to become the new National Security Advisor didn't get a new vet, given the fact that he's a pretty controversial person and he was fired by the last administration.
It's interesting.